The matrix also consists of the interlacing fibers. They basically form fine networks in the test and they resemble the nerve fibers or the smooth muscle fibers. Then the blood vessels. The blood vessels are also referred to as the test vessels. They are usually the outgrowths of the body wall. They are covered by the ectodermal cells. They end into the terminal knob, which are referred to as the vascular ampullae. These are the blood vessels or the test vessels. They end into the terminal lobes of the ampullae. These vascular ampullae are surrounded by the red pigments, which gives the characteristic feature of the red patches of the test of the Herdmania. It is supplied by the nerve fibers and they function as both the respiratory as well as the receptor organs. Next thing which is present in the matrix of the Herdmania of the test is the spicules. The spicules are calcareous in nature, that is, they are formed of the calcium. They are of two kinds, the microscleres and the megascleres. The microscleres are present in the test region and the megascleres are present scattered throughout the body. These are the megascleres. They can be of spindle shaped or they can be pipette shaped. These are the spindle shaped or the pipette shaped. The pipette shaped are usually twisted rather being of the straight or linear nature. These are the spindle shaped, these are the pipette shaped. They have the spherical ring of spines. There is spherical swelling in the center or at the terminal region of these megascleres. This is the microsclere, which has a knob-like structure and a knob-like head and body which tapers at the posterior end. These tapered end has the ring of spines. They are present in the test and they are present scattered throughout the body. These are the spicules which are responsible for the rigid endoskeleton of the Herdmania. These spicules are also present around the blood vessels, which helps in stiffening the wall of the vessels, and they also helps in the defense of the Herdmania. Then this Herdmania is covered by a body wall which is referred to as the mental. This mental is present within the test. It is not uniform. On the anterior dorsal side, it is thick, opaque and muscular. On the posterior ventral side, it is thin, transparent and without muscles. Histologically, it is formed of parietal mesoderm with blood sinuses and muscle bundles. These muscle bundles are usually present between the outer and the inner ectoderm. So this mental has the outer ectoderm, which is formed of the single layer of the epithelial cells. These cells are hexagonal in shape. This ectoderm also forms around the brachial and arterial siphon, the stomodium and the protocdium. It forms a turn in the brachial and the arterial siphon, which is referred to as the stomodium and protocdium, and it secretes the test. Mesenchyme is mesodermal in origin. It is formed of connective tissue with cells, blood sinuses, muscle fibers and nerve fibers. The muscle fibers which are present are long, fusiform, non-striped, and it is restricted to the anterior dorsal half of the body. As already mentioned, the posterior ventral side is without the muscles. Only it is present in the anterior dorsal half of the body. There are usually three muscles which are present in it. These are the annular muscles, which are circular muscles which are present around the siphon, the brachial and the arterial siphon. The longitudinal muscles which arises from the siphon and goes up to the middle of the body, and the branchioarterial siphon which is present between the brachial and the arterial siphon. It is also formed of the connective tissue cells, which usually have the amoeboid and the vacuolated cells, and these cells migrate to the test through the matrix, through the ectoderm, and they help in the secretion of the matrix. Then the inner ectoderm. Inner ectoderm is usually formed of the single layer of the flattened polygonal cells. It forms the lining of the arterial cavity. So this is the Herdmania from the left side, and this is view of the Herdmania from the right side. So this left side shows that there is brachial and the arterial aperture. There is opening of the neural gland, and these apertures are surrounded by the circular muscle fibers, which are referred to as the annular muscles. From these arises the longitudinal muscle fibers, which goes up to the middle of the body. This is the left lobe of the liver. This is the stomach. This is left gonad. This is intestine, and this is the mental. This is the view of the Herdmania from the right side. When the test is removed, this shows the viscera. This is the arterial aperture, arterial siphon, surrounded by the annular muscles. These blue represents the longitudinal muscles. This is the pericardium. This is the right lobe of the liver, and this is the right gonad. So the cavities which are present inside the body of the Herdmania is usually the atrium, which is a very large cavity. It is the menton encloses a large cavity which is called atrium or arterial cavity or peribrachial cavity. It opens outside with the help of an aperture which is called arterial aperture, which is present on the dorsal side. Before opening out through the arterial aperture, this atrium forms a wide cloaca just below the arterial siphon, which leads into the arterial siphon. The base of the arterial siphon has strong sphincter and ring of seriated arterial tentacles. The interior and the ventral region, the brachial sac is fused with the mental. As a result, this cavity or the atrium is divided into the half of the right side. It is divided into the right and the left halves. Coelom. Coelom is usually absent in case of the atrium. It is degenerated. A true coelom is absent. It is represented in adults by the pericardium. This is the pericardium. This is the pericardium. This is the pericardium. In adults, it is represented by pericardium and small cavities in renal and respiratory organs and in their ducts. It is degenerated in coelom. So this was about the general characteristics of the Herdmania. It is purse-like organism. It has these two apertures. This is the general structure of the Herdmania. The side having the brachial aperture is called the interior side, and its opposite is the posterior side. The side having the arterial aperture is the dorsal side, and its posterior side is the ventral side. These brachial and arterial apertures are present on the extensions of the body, which are the brachial siphon and arterial siphon respectively. This is the test or the tunic, the outer covering of the body. The body is divided into two parts, the body proper and the foot. The body proper has different structures in the viscera, whereas the foot is composed entirely of the test. This mental has a large cavity which is called the atrium, and it is formed of this test or tunic is formed on the inner side by the matrix, which composed of different kind of cells or corpuscles, interlacing fibers, blood vessels and spicules. So this was the mental. The mental is basically formed of outer ectoderm, mesenchyme and inner ectoderm, and this is the internal viscera of the, when the test is removed, this is what appears inside the Herdmania. So this was all about the general features of the Herdmania, or the external morphology and the internal cavities which are present inside the Herdmania. Thank you.